Oh, I could do her with the food.
Hi! I'm starting mine up. I think we're waiting on Afton to get hers going. And I'm just waiting to make sure that people are watching. I know, he's like, this is not okay.
Oh, girl. Oh, sorry. It's like a 3, 2, 1. So just 3, 2, 1 picture.
Facebook's gonna get all the YouTube behind the scenes.
And then I will edit that with the camera. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm doing live. I'm nervous.
Well, I'm already live, so hey, Jen.
All right, cool. So thanks everybody for joining our virtual tours today, our virtual walkabout. This is our first one that we've done, and so it's a very exciting day. I'm Jennifer. I'm going to be leading our feeding tour today, and we have already fed the majority of the cats. But we did set some aside so that we can have you guys be able to see them get fed today. There's a good variety of animals that we're going to be feeding, and just to go over a little bit of what we feed them. So these guys, they eat the equivalent to a whole animal. That's what they need as wild animals. A lot of people think if they give them dog food or cat food, that's going to be good enough for them, and that is not what they need. So we feed them things like, we have Gilligan. He's going to be getting fed today. You can see on his little sign, he's got a little Gilligan's Island. He's very cute. So in his food today, we have a chicken drum, and that's uncooked with the bone, raw, all that. They bite right through the bone here. One thing I want to note is look how much this looks like this. So a lot of people think that these guys are okay to interact with or hold or anything like that, and they go right through these bones just like they go right through these bones. They don't know the difference. So we are a non-contact facility. We don't touch our animals. We don't, if our hand goes through the enclosure, it is officially a toy, treat, or dinner. So it is not something that we do. We make sure that our bodies are all safe for ourselves as well as for the well-being of these guys. We also have chicken thigh today. Sometimes they get chicken thighs, chicken breasts. They like that as well. And then we have something here that I'm going to fondly call mush, but it is a ground diet for carnivores. This is actually like the Brussels sprouts and veggies of it. It's the healthy stuff. This is basically the rest of the animal. This is what's got all the nutrients and vitamins and everything that they need. This is kind of a little bit of a yummy filler, and then this is as well, but it also, those bones are really good for them because it helps them brush their teeth. So whenever we have somebody who's maybe eaten a palm prawn or something, we can give them this and it'll pop that out. These are really good for their teeth. So today we're going to do Gilligan and Frankie first. Gilligan is a lynx, a Canadian lynx, or a Canada lynx. And you're going to see he's really a beautiful cat. Frankie is a bobcat. Now I know we're going to be looking at their mouths because we're feeding them, but I want you guys to also look at their tails. That's one of the easiest ways to tell a lynx from a bobcat. A lynx looks like they dunked it into an inkwell, and a bobcat has white underneath. So make sure you look at that today too. I'm going to mask up now.
Gilligan's been watching you from his platform. He's a little leery on why breakfast is a little late. No.
Like, hey. Now where I'm going to feed these guys is what we call lockout. So this is a smaller area of the enclosure. They have very large enclosures that they can run around in, but we have these smaller, what we call lockout, so that we feed them there. It's a good place for them to go. They like to go there. So if we ever need to close them in a small area to give them a vaccination or to give them fluids or something. Is he on his way?
Nope.
Give them fluids, then we have it in a smaller area. We also can put a carrier on the other side, have them locked in there, open the door, they go into the carrier, and then we can move them too. So it's a tool that we use, and it's a safe place for them. They like being there.
There's Frankie.
Frankie! What? Now Frankie's not getting any bones today. He's just getting some thighs and then that mush. I always say a full mouth is a safe mouth, is a happy mouth. So I always give them a piece, get them happy eating, and then give them the rest of their diet. This is also a good opportunity for us to be able to get a good look at the animal. We can see if they have any spots that might be raw. We can see their ears really well. We can see their eyes. We can see if they are favoring one side of their mouth or the other. We can watch as they walk up, which Gilligan is not doing at all. We can see if they have a limp. Because sometimes throughout the day, they're sleeping in their den or hanging out on their platform, and we don't get to see them up close during the day. This is our for sure time to get a good look at them. I'm going to put Gilligan's food down. If he doesn't come over, what we'll do is we always, after we feed, we come back and pick up the leftovers and we weigh them. We notify our coordinator and operations manager if there's anything irregular.
Do you want to try him in the lockout he's closest to? So maybe
I can try that, yeah.
you can see it.
So we'll walk over to the other lockout. He has two.
He does. So for any of you guys watching here on Facebook, Afton is live over at bigcattv.com. That's our main YouTube channel. We don't do a lot of lives over there, so she thought it'd be really special if we broadcast a few over there today and see how that goes. She's our operations manager, so she just suggested to Jen that we walk around and show him that we did bring him food. And then
Things I want to show you guys about his enclosure is he is a Canada Lynx or Canadian Lynx. They like cold weather. They come from a colder climate. So inside that area there where it looks like a big rock, we have a commercial cooler where it's nice and cool for them and they have air conditioner. So they're one of the lucky guys.
come on, bud.
How about that breakfast lady?
There you go.
Then let's go. Look at that tail.
He just had to know it was real.
He still thinks you guys are sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see, as he walked in there was no limping. He's nice and fluffy. He's getting his winter coat starting to come in. His ears are nice and perky. The lynx tend to have tufts on the top of their ears. That's one of the things that signifies them as being a lynx. You can also see under his chin he's got those tufts too, and that is a characteristic of a Canadian lynx. Now when you see him walk, well, actually what he's doing right now, you can see how he's eating. He's pulling the meat and putting it in the back of his mouth and sawing through it. They have canines, and a lot of people, when we see animals come here that they've tried to interact with the animals, sometimes they'll pull out their canines or they'll file down their canines to make them quote unquote safe to interact with. That is so untrue. That is not true at all. They'll sometimes take their claws out as well, so try to get rid of their weapons. But those back teeth are very, very sharp, and they saw through the meat. So those canines, what they do is they go after their prey and hold on to the prey with those canines. But when they're eating their food, they're really pulling it to the back and sawing through it. That's raw meat they're sawing right through. So they are definitely in no way, shape, or form ever safe to interact with. Right, Gilly Gilly?
Not so sketchy anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's like, okay, the food tastes good.
Yeah, you were legit.
Also, his tongue, you can see how he's taking the food and he's pulling it in with his tongue. Their tongues are very, very rough. That's so that they can pull the fur and the feathers off of their prey. They can also groom themselves well, but it also helps them to pull the meat back to be able to eat through it. Oh, there's a crunch.
Mm-hmm.
In the wild, one of their prey animals is a snowshoe hare. And so you can see as he's walking that he's built kind of like a bunny. He's got big feet so he can walk on the snow and the rocks and ice, but he also can react like a bunny reacts. He's got long back legs so he can do big jumps. So bunnies, they run and zigzag in all sorts of different ways. So these guys, they can zigzag really quickly. Lions and tigers, their animals go straight pretty fast, so they're built to go straight. The turns aren't as easy for them. They're not built for that. These guys are built to be bouncy. All right. Let's go on to the next one.
Woohoo!
So, as we were walking up, you did notice that Gilligan was on his platform. All of our cats, we've made sure, have nice big platforms because they like to be up high. Cats like to be up high to see what prey animals are out there or what predators are out there. They could smell things coming from up there. So we made sure all of our animals do have, or our cats do have that. Now we did find out, we've gone through a couple reiterations of the platforms. We found that we need to make them wide because our animals get older.
Yeah.
and they have nice steps and ramps to get up to them. We call it the CDA, the Cat Disability Act.
No.
So,
Nice.
Make sure they have plenty of room. All right, so next one we're going to is Hutch.
Hutch. All right, we're gonna go see an African serval. Thank you so much to the 6 of you guys that have donated on here. If you joined in late, we saw Frankie Bobcat and Gilligan, a Canada Lynx. If you guys had ever visited here prior to March 16th, when we closed down to the public out of precaution for COVID-19, we used to give feeding tours and keeper tours every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And they were really, really popular specialty tours, so it's really wonderful that we can still bring at least once a week something like that to you guys virtually. Although tomorrow we will be doing a keeper tour with Dylan right here on Facebook.
All right. So Hutch is a serval, and he's a big man. You're gonna see he's got a big fat head. He's such a cutie. Servals are amazing animals. They have stripes and they have spots. They have long legs, medium-sized body, medium-sized tail, small little head, big ears. They're really an amazing animal. So I'm gonna feed him real quick and then we'll talk about him. Let's go.
Yep.
We try to wear masks when we feed our cats because it has been proven that the tigers can get COVID-19, but we just take that precaution for all of them.
That was the distracting feed method.
Or those plate hovers.
Mm-hmm. He'll stick his whole face out of the top square.
Oh, my cat.
There we go.
Meow, sir.
I didn't feed him breakfast this morning. I have Andrew. So he's probably upset.
He's like, hello, hello. Yeah, a lot of times when we do feed the animals, the other cats, even though, as I mentioned earlier, they've all been fed, they are big liars. You know, oh my God, I'm starving. You haven't fed me in like 10 minutes. So you can see Hutch. He does have, like I said, those stripes and spots. He's got big ears. He's got kind of a big neck because he's a little chubby. Medium-sized tail, long legs. They're really built for taking down prey. They eat everything in the wild. They eat bugs, they eat lizards, they eat fish, they eat birds, they eat rodents. Pretty much if it moves, they'll eat it. So
Somebody
they're really
ate too
built
fast.
so that they can,
Yep.
looks like he ate a little
Yeah,
too
he ate
fast.
too fast. He's trying to decide if it needs to come back out or not.
Yeah.
That is very common for servals.
Uh-huh. Looks like you got it, bud.
Patience is not one of their virtues. So how he's built with those big ears, they're actually built a little different in size, so they can hear really well. So they can hear a mouse tunneling under the ground. They have those long legs so that they can go grab that mouse out of that tunnel. They also have those long legs because if a bird is flying up above, they can jump up and smack the bird like this, and then it goes down on the ground and they jump on it.
What was that for?
That is very difficult. I've tried doing it myself, jumping up and catching a bird. It's not easy, so you can find out how hard it is. They're amazing animals, great. Also, the stripes and spots help them blend in with everything, so they're really well camouflaged. So again, they're really, really awesome, amazing hunters, and then people try to bring them into their homes as pets and expect them to not jump up on counters, not to knock stuff over, to pee in a litter box, and they find out very quickly that these guys do not make good pets. And so then they do end up in sanctuaries, or that's best case that they would end up in a sanctuary for their forever home. You ate it all. You are a clean plate club.
You got one little piece left.
He's like, I have to make sure you don't know that I fed him. Or that I was fed, so you come back again.
One more piece. There you
There
go.
That was the tiniest piece.
It was a true reward.
All right, good job, Hutch. Now Hutch was a little slow coming up because his enclosure, it like winds around, but he goes way back there. So he sees us coming. He's like, oh, is it real? Oh, I'm gonna run.
He's crushing on Nala and Alethea also.
Girl neighbors.
Yeah, he likes his girl neighbors. He's a ladies' man.
A little bit of a Hutch swabber. All right, so we have a fan favorite next,
Ooh.
Jinx, for all of you who have been waiting patiently.
Awesome. Are you on? Okay. Don't want to drive away without you.
Don't throw me off live.
I know, yeah, exactly.
Might be good footage, but I don't know.
Oh, and Beecher's playing in his water bowl because he's such a little... That's ridiculous, sir. He looks so tiny in there. There's Manny up on his platform. Manny already had breakfast, though.
You're not feeding Manny yet. He's like, Tortilla, what? I will sit here and you must adore me.
You can catch Manny later getting a pumpkin.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Oh, look at him stalking.
So Jinx, his bucket, he's got some thighs, some mush, drum, but he also has chicken necks. And these are kind of like potato chips.
Yes, I always say popcorn or potato chips.
They're like the crunchy stuff. They don't have a whole lot of meat on them, but they love them. They pop them in like little potato chips. And then Cyrus, he tends to get a little heavy. So we really watch how much Cyrus eats. We don't want the cats to get too heavy because that's bad on their joints and things, so we really watch and monitor their weight. And so he's getting a thigh, and then, that's a pretty big ball of mush. Right?
That's a pretty big thigh, too.
Someone was being generous.
Someone was being generous.
Mama Becky must have done it.
All right. Well, thank you again to the 7 of you that have donated. And I do just want to mention quickly for all of you to ignore any of the negative comments or the people that are purposely here to cause trouble. We want you guys to enjoy these videos all day. So just ignore it and enjoy what you guys are watching. Thank you very much for all your support.
So, Jinx, you guys come in, or?
Yeah.
Any of our big cats or our cats who are a little over eager at
Have a Jinx.
feeding time.
He's somewhere. We just don't see him yet.
He's got a very big enclosure.
He's very big.
Jinx! And he's not only only does he have a very big enclosure, but he also likes to hide and stalk and sneak up on you. For the fans out there, we call him the flat cat because he gets as flat on the ground as he possibly can, like a cockroach. So I'll put his food in, open it up, and then he'll come running over, sneaking over probably.
Jinx, Jinx!
Now I did have a bouncy drum there. Normally I wouldn't go grab it, but we do have the door closed here, so I'm safe to be closer to the enclosure than if it was open.
Dylan's over there cleaning, so he's probably stalking Dylan right now, thinking Dylan had breakfast. Jinxie! He's got such a big enclosure.
He's probably like clear on the other
Yeah, he's probably way at the other end.
Tired halfway through.
Jinx, Jinx! Hey, Dylan! Okay. I've got Dylan on the mission now. Dylan's looking for him down there. Gonna see if he can walk him this way. Yeah, we'll have to go around back out that way. Eventually we'll see a flat cat. Ooh. You guys can see that she already opened his door and his breakfast is on his plate. We're just waiting on the flat cat.
Oh, he found him.
Some angry squirrels.
Yep.
Come on, Jinx!
Coming because the squirrels have told us.
Yes, the squirrels have their warning sign going. Come on, Bud. I love it. Like,
He's probably sneaky stalking.
yeah, I
the entire
legit
way
can't see
here.
him. Literally can't see him at all. Come on, sir.
Do you want to borrow the bucket? We're trying to lure us see if I can.
He's right behind that den right there.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, I can see him.
Oh, I see him.
Come on, Jinxie. He's only gonna stalk Dylan.
So if you
Salt and
guys
eyeball.
can see that den that looks kind of like a rock in the background, he is actually peeking from behind that.
He's now just like, well, Dylan's the one that found me, so I'm gonna stalk him.
Oh,
There we go. There's some action.
Ooh.
Oh, that's going on there.
Come on, bud. It's already in there. He wanted group participation today. He needed
Jason's
4
like,
of us.
Everyone should love me and watch me.
4 people. Yeah. Come on, bud.
Oh.
Ta-da! So that was Dylan. He's out cleaning today, but he is going to lead our keeper tour tomorrow. Good job, sir.
Ooh, don't push that out.
Like, don't lose your potato chip.
This is Andy. Am I still needed on 3?
That's how quick you needed whole chicken drum.
A lot of people after the tours would come up and go pull me aside and say, all right, they're so cute. How do you guys not pet them? I know you do. And I said, just come on a feeding tour and listen to the crunch and you'll know the respect that we have for these guys.
Yep, that food was gone faster than it took him to get over here.
Good job, Betty.
And he is 21 years old, you guys, so it's pretty amazing.
You
21
can
years
see
young.
you can see
21
where he
years young.
ages on his feet. He's got little white spots on his feet.
Yeah, his little gray hairs on his knees.
But you can also see his spots.
Mhm,
He has
really nice right
beautiful
now.
spots there. When these guys in the wild, they kill an animal, they take it up into the trees with them. Sometimes it can be an animal that's up to 3 times their weight. And they do that because they live both in Africa as well as Asia, and they have a lot of other predators that would love to steal their food. So they do that to protect their food.
Nice. Now you can go back to your leopard shenanigans. Whatever you were doing.
All right, let's go and get a caracal.
Ooh.
Got it? Yep. You guys are pros.
You get used to doing a lot of things one-handed.
Yeah.
Like when you're a film crew, you're like, one hand.
So who we're gonna feed right now is a caracal. Caracal in Turkish means black ear, and you're gonna see why they're called that.
He learned from Jinx. He's getting very good at flat catting back here, I've noticed.
Oh.
When I come visit him, he's always like, flat cat.
Oh,
Look at him. Hiding behind that pole, too.
you can't see me.
Skin your smallest thing behind
Oh, she's
There's
like,
his little neighbor.
Yeah.
so this is Chaos. Over here is Cyrus. They came together. A lot of times when we bring animals here or rescue them, they've lived their lives together. And the owners say, oh, they get along great. They love each other. Well, we started to find out that they didn't really like each other as much. And when they got nice big enclosures, they said, hey, I don't want to be by you. I don't need to be by you. So we separated them physically. They can still see each other, and in all the enclosures we put them in, they can still see each other, but they have their own space. Yeah.
He's the one that didn't want it.
Yeah. Yeah. No thanks. He was an over cuddler, I think. Job, sir.
So you guys all get to see those black ears now that we were talking about. They're also commonly called a desert lynx because they have those tufts on the top of their ears. There's controversy on whether they are really a lynx, but that's one of their common names. They live more in a savanna type area, so they don't have a lot of those stripes and spots like the other animals that we saw earlier today. They would live in like a grassy area that they would fit in better with not having those spots or stripes. These two are great bird eaters. I don't know, is the word bird eaters or but they too can jump up and catch a bird mid-flight. They can actually do multiple.
Oh boy, it's very ambitious.
He's a shovel.
Not red today.
Starving, it's 20 minutes late. She is so miffed. His neighbor is not very happy. She's giving us the dirtiest looks right now.
She's peeking. I know, I saw you. And the third neighbor,
Yeah.
the chatty one, Beecher.
Food is involved.
Teacher's like, hey, we're having second breakfast? What?
Good job, buddy. You only got a couple
One
crumbs.
spot.
There you
got
go.
it. Good.
Good job. Good job, sir.
So here's the third neighbor.
He'll lick that
just
clean,
showed
please.
up.
Yeah. Brr.
Beecher.
What are you doing?
Beecher has all this nice grass in his enclosure, but he still wants the grass that's outside of the enclosure. that's always something that you can't get is always sweeter. So Beecher right now, he's on vacation. This is our small cat vacation rotation. We have one for the big cats and one for the small cats. So what they do is they come over here and they go on vacation for 2 weeks. It's a very large enclosure. They get to run, they get to smell who was here before, pee on everything. They're very busy for those 2 weeks. Meanwhile, we get to go and upgrade their enclosures, do any maintenance that needs to be done to their enclosure. Sometimes they go back to the same home, sometimes it's a different home. Getting them to go on vacation tends to be a little bit easier than getting them to go home. You've got to price to everybody. Yes, I know.
Humans alike.
Hi. Yep, there we are.
That's the sweeter grass. All that
Grass
grass.
is always greener on yours.
Yep.
No,
That's
one-
Beecher's motto. Good job, sir.
So for all of you that see him not getting fed, if he's lying, he got fed earlier today. Good liar, her too. Her very angry face.
She's very stocky.
She gets closer.
Maybe they're feeding me on the other side.
All right, I think we've got 3 left, right?
Yep. Doing okay on time?
We are, yep, we got 30 minutes.
31 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing really good.
Yeah.
We're doing good. I wasn't sure if 8 cats was too ambitious.
We usually do 7-ish when we do them on Sundays, yeah.
Film crew in action. It's been a while.
Yeah. You did a good video this morning, Lauren.
One of my favorite commented said, I was today years old when I realized about Palace Cat. And I was like,
Oh, that's wonderful. Thanks.
The next cat that we're going to be feeding is Max, and he is one of our Guatemala boys. And so these guys were rescued from a circus in Guatemala. The circus was it was kind of an underground circus. It was not, there were no standards there, so there were a lot of animals that weren't getting fed properly, that weren't getting medical attention, so it did get closed down. These guys came to us, and they definitely had some issues with how people had been treating them in the past. So we've been working very hard on getting them to be more and more friendly, and not just friendly to us, but not fearful. And so Max, we'll get to see him. He's a big boy and he's a beautiful boy. You guys are gonna love him.
Come on, I'm hanging on.
Okay.
I find myself more stable if I hang on.
All right, if you guys joined in late, you will be able to rewatch this. It'll post automatically on our Facebook page. It'll also go over to dailybigcat.com. The reception does get a little dicey sometimes when we go over near Max Tiger. So if my Wi-Fi connection cuts in and out and it freezes on you, just feel free to shut it down and then log right back in. That usually does the trick. But we just love Max so much. We want you guys to see he's improved leaps and bounds, yet he is still the most leery of the 3 tigers that came to us. It's almost been a year. We're about to celebrate their 1-year anniversary.
You're gonna get that too. You just got a surprise.
Oh, yes. He gets a big surprise.
He's about 10 pounds, right?
Yes, he was already 10 pounds after he was neutered. Yeah, neutering cats means they get slightly lazy.
Yeah.
So here's Max. It feels like it's 10 pounds.
It's a big bucket.
Here's this nice big bucket where they put a little paw print for him. He's got the little potato chip next as well. He has the drums, but he also has nice big piece of bread. And
Oh,
this
yeah.
is beef, This is USDA grade beef. So that's what we call a tiger size.
Mm-hmm. That's the peanut gallery. That's
And
Simba.
not size, things too.
Got a buffet this morning.
Yeah, Simba Tiger is going to be featured in another live here a little bit later this morning, and he'll get a nice big breakfast.
A little bit of a trek to get over to the blackout. His enclosure also winds around. His enclosure goes back here, over there. So elaborate.
Yes, it does. You guys will see a good view of it when we go up the staircase here. I've also done his home tour. If you go to dailybigcat.com, you can find Max Tiger's home tour. As you'll see that Jen and Afton are going to walk through that tunnel there. We're also doing a tunnel tour later today. That's part of the agenda for our virtual walkabout. So we'll follow them. Try to catch up with them. So he was got to come down from his platform there. Good job, Maxie.
So the noise that he's making as he walks up is called a stuff, and that's hello and tiger talk. And that's a happy cat. The cats get fed once a day, and we feed them in the morning. For a couple reasons, it's a lot of times nice and cooler in the morning. We also miss a lot of the storms in Florida here. We get storms in the afternoon, and we'd rather not feed them in the rain. They'd rather not get fed in the rain. Wow, he's got quite a bit here. And now the au jus. So you can see his stripes, his beautiful stripes. No two tigers have the same stripes. It's like a person's thumbprint. They do have white flashes on the back of their ears. You probably noticed that with a lot of the animals. A lot of the cats have those. There's a couple theories on why they have them.
Sneak print.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh, I didn't even jump.
He
They
just
didn't even touch that one.
swallowed that.
Breakfast is late. I'm hungry.
No chewing involved.
I was all ready for the good sound bite.
Job, Maxie.
Tigers are solitary in the wild at about 2 years old. The majority of the cats are, but at about 2 years old. Oh, there you go. At about 2 is when the mothers have taught them. Oh, they didn't know you.
That was a good one.
So as I was saying, it's at about 2 years old, mom's like, get out of here. I taught you everything that you need to know. So, wow.
What's going on?
We have music.
How loud is it?
That's
Where's
fair.
that coming from?
I don't know.
Somebody is jamming out.
I don't know what
I
that
bet you the whole sanctuary is turned around like, what is that? We do not have copyrights to that song. Whatever it is.
So true. Yeah. Somebody turn that off.
Well, and it's funny because we do like Sunday singing to the cats, and they all really do react to like music. They really are like, they come out and they sit there and watch it, and so I bet everybody's like, what? It's just weird.
It is weird. That never happens.
There's proof. We're on camera. It happened. Well,
He had to save his big piece of red for last. Although you have a potato chip and a drum down there.
wow. I guarantee he'll find it.
Yeah, there's no need for us to try to help them find the food. They always find it.
Yeah.
And like she was explaining with Skipper, this is his scissor method.
Yep. And he just sawed right through the side of it, just filleted it.
And use both sides of his mouth.
Yep. His whiskers look huge right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they sure do.
Very fluffed out.
Oh.
Everybody's very confused.
He's just sawing right through that. So we mentioned earlier that they use those back teeth to saw right through the meat. And you can see how he's doing a great example of that. Very good. Even though he has those canines, it's those back teeth that are the ones that do all the work.
The leaf in there.
I don't like no greenery. That's a good point. These guys are carnivores, which means that the majority of their diet is...
We found the goods.
Yay. The majority of their diet is meat, but they do at times eat a lot of their prey are animals that eat vegetables. So sometimes they do get some veggies when they eat the stomach contents of their prey animals. But that is definitely not a majority of their diet. It's important to note that because we have had some people that we've had cats rescued from that wanted to make their big cat into vegetarians and vegans. And that's just not, they're built different than us. Their stomach intestines are smaller than ours, so the food doesn't stay in there as long. It passes through better.
There you go. What a smart boy. What a smart boy.
Their stomach is also built so that they can eat and be able to digest those bones. We can't. A lot of people think that we need to cook the food for them. That would not be beneficial for them. So they're made, those teeth are made for them to be carnivores. They're very different than any of your omnivores or herbivores, just physiologically. All right, he did very good.
Very good.
And the next one, fan favorite,
Woo!
Nikki.
She's gonna have something to say about it being 9:44.
Oh yeah, Nikki is gonna be a bratty girl. How dare you make me wait?
All right.
Kimba says I was skipped.
I know. Sorry, Bub. For those of you that were asking if Max was the youngest tiger, he is not. He lives right next door to Kimba. Kimba is our youngest tiger. We believe he's roughly about 4 years old. When he arrived, they said he was about 3, so by now he'd be about 4. Thank you so much to the 19 of you guys that have donated. Later today on both Facebook and Instagram and on TikTok, we're going to have some enrichment with turkeys and pumpkins. But we still have 2 cats left to show you. Gonna go see Nikita Lion. Woo! And then we're gonna end with another tiger.
Save the best for last. That's my guy's opinion.
They do. Very sneaky. Watch the corner.
I think we'll feed her here and then we'll go that way to the next one.
Okay, sounds good. Somebody keeps calling me over and over again. I'm like, I'm busy. Thanks. Oh, good. It's not still underwater. I was like, did I need boots? Did I not? Well, we're gonna have to call a knick-knack. There she is. All the way over in her open air section.
Knick-knack!
We didn't forget.
Come on!
Come on, lady. There we go.
You got it, Mrs.
So she's out in an open air section. Whoa.
She is telling me.
Whoa. Whoa.
Let's go. Come on.
Whoa.
To prepare for the tropical storm, Erin and I had to come at night to come lock them up, and she was a very chatty lady at night.
Whoa. Ooh, that's a move-in for a 20-year-old lion.
Nikki does not really like that much.
She's upset about how late we are.
Yep. Whoa. All right, we'll be very quiet and we'll stay back here.
Go right by you, Afton. All right. So as I mentioned earlier, those tigers, they are solitary animals.
Oh, right off the bat, we lost one.
I think she realizes.
What? Come here. So they kill something, they eat it, it's theirs. Lions, on the other hand, are social animals. They live in groups or families called prides. And so when they take down prey, the whole group has to eat off of it. So there is a little bit of a hierarchy. Usually the babies eat first, then the males eat first, then the babies, and then the females. But there is a big scrum in the middle of all of that.
Oh no.
She's pushed 3 things.
So we'll get that later, don't you worry, people, but I'm not putting my hand anywhere near that. So when we feed lions, even though Nikki, she's never been in a pride, she's never been around other lions, never had to fight for her food other than, well, since we rescued her, which was many, many years ago, she still has that innate behavior of not wanting people to be around her, to be a little bit more grumpy at feeding time.
Scoops them up with her
Oh,
tongue.
don't do it.
Don't lose another one, lady. Here you go. Oh, my knees.
Oh, and
Oh,
I got a drink.
yeah.
Big drink.
Big drink first. There's always an intermission.
It's our splash show, you know.
I saw the splash show yesterday. Slightly different. Sapphire soaked me.
Oh, wow.
Beginning of the day.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah.
With that icky
The pond.
water.
Oh yeah. Yep. The whole front of my shirt, my pants, my hair, my arms.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Front row.
That's-
For the non-shamu, but the Sapphire. Sapphire show.
I always think about it like, you know, like Gallagher and things. You get like, if you sit in the front couple of rows, you get your like outfits to put on. And, nope, we don't get that.
No. I worked my whole day like that.
Nikki is a bit of an older girl, so we do find that she's drinking more fluids and wanting to drink a lot more. So she has several water bowls, and we watch them and monitor them throughout the day. The food that we feed them, you can see, is a very high protein diet, and that can be taxing on their bodies. Our cats are living way longer than they ever would in the wild, and the majority of them are living longer than most facilities are reporting that their cats are living. So they're, we do everything we can to make the end of their journey as comfortable as possible. And so Miss Nick, she gets all the water she wants.
This could go on for a while.
I know. Well, I just want her to stop so I can get her out and put her food back in there, and then we can go. Hey, Nick, come here. Nick. I'm gonna grab that bucket real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, come here. Come over here. Oh, so good. She just filled it. It's so fresh.
Oh my goodness sakes. We're not rushing you.
Here.
Here we go.
Come over here.
Gotta get turned around.
Hi. Come on over here real quick.
Yeah. Get every last
Put the
treat.
door back down, because anytime we feed our big cats, we protectively feed them. She's like, did you bring your operant stick, lady?
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, I don't know if I'll make it back in here or not.
I'm sure she'll find her way. There. I put it so it won't be anywhere near the side for her. Oh, I know.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make it back over. Oh, okay.
It's right there. Yes, my girl.
What a magical day. Second breakfast.
Yeah.
Gotta get back in my position.
Oh.
And that wooden thing you see actually has a camera on it that you can watch her eat breakfast live. You can go to bigcatcam.com.
Because she is a fantastic beginning to your morning to watch breakfast.
No other way to start the day.
Crunch and great. Don't do it. Oh.
It's gonna make you work for it.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a little nugget. We'll let it go. She's like, nope, go back.
All right, I can head over to our grand finale.
Last cat.
Kimba's still keeping his eye on us. He'll probably chase us the other way. Well, thank you so much. We've had 21 people donate on this live. Really appreciate all of you guys starting your day and hopefully spending your whole day with us for our virtual walkabout.
So as you said, final big finale is going to be Sapphire. So again, a fan favorite. We'll go see her right now. I think they're all fan favorites. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm a
anybody
fan.
complains in general when we show anyone, so.
Oh, Kimba.
I know, handsome boy.
Thank you for everybody who.
We're gonna get
donated
treats.
for a-
Treats later.
I know this is something very different that we don't typically do. Every year we have a annual Wildcat Walkabout, but because of COVID-19, we are doing it virtually, and that gives us opportunity to do something different on a variety of our social media platforms. We will be going live again this afternoon with doing just a general walkabout tour of the sanctuary, because that's something that you guys don't typically get to see, as most of the videos that we post on the channel are edited videos of the So hope you guys enjoy it. This is our last activity tour, and hopefully I'll see you this afternoon for a general tour of the sanctuary.
All right, I was just checking the schedule because I've already lost track of what we're doing. So we'll be doing enrichment turkeys here on Facebook with Simba Tiger around 10:30, and then we're gonna do an enrichment turkey with Kali at 11, and that is going to be on, let me just double check here, Instagram. So make sure you guys are over there and following us. I literally printed the schedule because I can't keep up.
I took a picture of it so I can figure out my day.
Sapphire!
I don't know where she is, so I'm going to take the opportunity to put the food in there and then go find her. As you can see, she's getting quite a big meal as well. She's a big girl too, and one that doesn't tend to hold on to weight, so we feed her a good amount. That's a nice way to say it, huh?
That is, yeah. She totally gave up on us.
Babies!
Saph! She's probably on the other side staring at the girls in Outback.
Oh, there she comes. Hi, baby.
There we go. She heard some food splattering. Hi!
I'm glad you guys are here. All the juices. Again, that's that chop that she's doing. Chuffing and tiger talk is a happy sound, so hello.
Yeah, everything should be available to rewatch throughout the day. I'm not sure about Instagram. You'd have to catch that within 24 hours of it happening. I will save those videos and maybe we can share them at a later time. I was gonna see if maybe Carol could compile on our Walkabout page where we post a link to every single video or thing that we posted today, so we'll have to look into that. Yeah, because I feel like it would be nice if everything we do today ends up in one spot so that anyone who might have missed something can go back and rewatch it, at least links to everything. But well, if you don't have Instagram, you have time to go sign up really quickly.
So Sapphire is a white tiger. You can see that she's, instead of that golden color on her fur, she has white instead. This is something that is not beneficial to be white like this in the wild. They live in a grassy area, a jungly type area, so that they need to hide and camouflage from their prey as well as other predators. When they're younger, they need to hide from predators, and when they get older, they need to hide from their prey. So being all white like this, it's a color that really sticks out in nature. And so their camouflage is not really, doesn't help them at all. In fact, we do a night tour here, and at nighttime they kind of glow in the dark from the sun from the moon, or from the light from the moon. So even at night it's hard for them to hide. In the wild, what happens is sometimes nature will do a whoops, that was a mistake, and it'll correct itself because that animal will get eaten by another animal. But what happened with the white tigers is that humans intervened. A human came and found a baby white tiger that was white and said, wow, this is cool, and brought it back to his home with the mother. and started breeding them to each other, which is what we call inbreeding. And so all the white tigers that you see out there are all inbred. Inbreeding does have some negative physical problems, and some of them are cross-eyed. If she looks up at us, you'll see that she is extremely cross-eyed. She also does have some neurological issues where her tail is an evil tail and her back leg is very mean sometimes. So she chases them. But they also have GI problems. A lot of times they have problems with their mouths and cleft palates. Sapphire is a pretty nice looking white tiger other than her cross eyes. We've seen some that have way more, their cleft palates are way more pronounced. So even though she's beautiful, and you'll see people that try to ask for money to say save the white tigers, if you donate to that, what you're actually saving is for tigers to be inbred and be in people's backyards. You're not they can't put them back out into the wild. In fact, if a tiger does have a baby that has a genetic deformity, like being white like this, a lot of times the mother will either abandon that cub or try to keep her other cubs away from that because it causes a risk to the other babies. But here she does very well, and she loves other tigers. She loves anybody who's on the other side of her enclosure. She's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Which is probably what she was busy doing today. She's surrounded. We have our big cat vacation area over here, as well as a couple other tigers back over here, and she is very distracted by those cats. So at times when we're trying to feed her or medicate her, she's like, oh no, I want to look at my girlfriend. Did you see there's a new tiger on vacation today? So so it can be a little challenging for us for maintenance and care, but she enjoys life for sure. What?
I don't know. That was a lot of work, and you guys were late. So.
I'm nappy. So you can take that back, and then I'll have second breakfast later.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why she's so fit and toned, because she eats small meals, multiple small meals. Right?
I think so. She's got her good metabolism.
Let me see if I can convince her this is still young. Sapphire! Sapphire! Look!
She's like, no. So Jen will close that door up.
In a case like this where they don't eat all of their food, what we'll do is we'll close the door, we'll take it back, we'll weigh it. We weigh it before, and then we weigh it after, and we see the difference, and then we do another feeding later on and give them the opportunity to eat more of their food. If they don't want to, it's been noted in our computer system, and our operations manager and our vet staff and president, they start monitoring those animals and seeing if there's an issue going on. And that can show a problem with their teeth sometimes, or if they're just not feeling well. So we also work very closely with these animals, so we do notice behavior differences like that. So we act on that as soon as we can, because cats can't come up to you and go, my mouth hurts, my foot hurts. Oh, I need to
Me too, desperately. Luckily, Sapphire, it's not uncommon for her to leave food. So for anyone worried that she didn't eat all of that, like 12 pounds of food, she's actually very common for leaving food.
You guys, well, that concludes our feeding tour. I just want to thank you guys for joining us, and I hopefully I see you this afternoon.
Yes. Thank you, Jen. We really appreciate it.
Fun day all day.
Yes, all day event. So I'm going to charge up this phone and we'll be moving on to handing out some turkeys. So thank you guys so much, all 23 of you guys that have donated so far, and I'll see you guys again soon.